What is up, guys? This is Team Wood Mention. We're going to be doing a meta-analysis for Fighters Collection, the Legend deck, and, you know, the Messiah Trial deck, and a little bit talk about G3.
Yeah, what's to come in G3? At least what's to come in that. Okay. First and foremost, let's start on Legend deck. Legend deck's the first thing we're talking about because it's kind of the most expensive thing that they're coming outside of Fighters Collection.
And you're going to be seeing a lot of shadows after the Legend deck.
It's entirely class-specific, and it's one of the best decks around, at least in Japan. Revengers with Diablo will be the most, with Phantom Blast Diablo, not Blast Dark Diablo, will probably be one of the most played decks. Because it's just, if you have Revengers, buy one Legend deck, now you have the deck. It does it for itself. It's pretty easy. You just put 4 of the strides in, and you actually have stride, and you get the generic stride in the set. Yep. So you touch a deck, you get a free deck. It's ridiculous.
These two together, you have a restanding Vanguard for pressure and one of the best strides in the game that kills you.
And it literally makes every matchup 1,000 times easier. Be ready, because it's not going to be easy. Second note, I'm talking about golds. Specifically, Ezel, because Ezel will now be probably the best gold deck, at least until G3.
He's probably also.
Simply because of the fact that his stride
builds a field.
It gets a field, it gives him power, it unlocks, it beats the next deck I'm going to probably talk about. Just a simple fact that he doesn't need much help to do his own job. And he beats the Link Joker matchup, which is easily going to be the next best deck outside of the other two. Star Vaders. We don't have a Glendios, we're going to use Lovely Lord right now as a generic Star Vader unit, but Glendios more specifically. The Glendios stride Omega Loop is probably easily one of the most busted strides because it does what Glendios wanted to do in the anime, quote unquote. Just the idea of Omega lock the opponent's field and then win the game. You don't swing, you don't do shit with them, you just MF5, stride, I got 5 reverse units, take 5 locked units, go. You can't unlock them if you're playing golds. So your only option is literally to play that either has A, no field, or B, golds. So you're pretty limited at this point. It's probably gonna be it's gonna be a background play deck. I think it'll be played a lot, but you won't see too many people playing it because it's probably too gimmicky. But the people that will be playing it will be playing the fuck out of it. Be ready for that. Next, OTT. Simply because of the fact that Tsukuyomi's stride means that Tsukuyomi herself is not consistent, and you can make a stack faster and build hand from no counterblast. So they gave us just 1 stride unit, and it made OTT a pretty abusive clan off that 1 card. So be ready for stupid big hand. It also means that it's one of the few clans that actually can handle Shadow Rush, Gold Rush, by having such a gigantic hand. Even if things go wrong, they have so much hand they can guard all the attacks. Most decks can't do that. It makes the entire job easy for 1 card. Everyone's favorite, Kagero, because let's be honest here, the ace is free on paper if you play in the cross. Simply because the cross is already playing at best. You're playing at least two different overlords at 4 each if you're playing just the cross in the end. So you're pretty much gonna get the ace's effect off every goddamn time. And the counterblast isn't that hefty. You can manage the cost of the hefty if you're playing all overlords. You pretty much get the job done for free. So either you're gonna restand with this asshole, you're gonna restand with that asshole. Someone's gonna restand. It's either gonna fix your hand, they're either gonna fix their hand and punch you for really hard, or you're gonna lose 2 units. I don't wanna deal with that shit. But yeah, be ready for this shit. MLB. Royals are good right now. Soul Saver makes them better. Things Saver makes them even better. They don't counterblast in this shit. There's no reason not to play this deck. There really isn't. There's really no reason not to play this, especially when Soul Saver comes out. Soul Saver comes out, it means if you MLB once, next turn, when you stride, you have to do some more shit. And they can't deal with that, you got Thing Saver. The fuck do they do? They just lose. So much fun. Brawlers. Simply because Turbo strictly says, my dick itches, I'm punching 6 units.
You're off. All your friends are gone.
Every deck named prior to this deck now needs rear guards. Shadows either need their rear guards or don't have rear guards, so manageable, I guess. Golds, they can get the field back, but do you want to have to work to get a field back when you already have it?
No, you don't.
OTT, they don't care, but they do care somewhat because you have to call the units back to get more offense. Not fair, not nice. Kagero, they don't mind towards losing their rear guards, but losing their rear guards is still annoying.
Royals, you need Sword Me.
Royals, they need the field in general because they want that shit.
Is he a rainbow monkey?
I'm done with you. The fact that Turbo can do that with just stride, and it also means that Brawlers now have a unit that rewards them for striding.
Yep.
The issue before is that Brawlers could stride the Conquest. Well, what's the point? You can swing 4 units anyway by himself. There's no reason to stride if you already have the necessary units.
You would only stride just to build more drop zone in case you
Exactly.
didn't have the drop zone in that deck.
But then with Turbo, now if you stride, you're still getting your 4 attacks off, but you get 2 more minimum. So you're guaranteed no minuses from doing this. There's no reason not to play his deck as well. It's a really good deck in the meta. And Dark Irregular is easily gonna be up there, simply because Amon's Legion is amazing. The fact that his Legion is amazing, his support is really good, combined with the fact that his stride in Fighters Collection allows for him to actually have rear guard offense along with vanguard offense. So you're already having to guard a crit and a fuck ton from the vanguard. How about guard a crit from the vanguard and giant ass rear guards to go with it? It's not fun when you're on the receiving end.
Yeah.
Trust me. So probably gonna be these will be the biggest decks in the meta.
What
as soon
about
as
the
Fighters Collection.
what's your opinion on the Pale Moon one, the Metalborg one, the Cecilia one, and am I missing any other strides? The Maelstrom one I know is not going to do anything because there's no point when you have Lambros. It just doesn't change at all.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think
Wait,
the
two
one
of
from
them.
the trial I think from the trial deck one does a job better because you still draw.
Yeah. Well, as for the Lucario Stride, the issue with Lucario Stride is simply the fact that the Lucario Stride is a finish. Well, I see a lot of people doing it playing pure Lucario and try to consistently do the field calling, but you'd be better off playing the break guard and just focusing on Clifford. Like the Lucario strategy is really nice after everything's done, after the break guard turn is over, and the thing that made the deck famous, which is the big push off that one turn. The stride just says, okay, now that they're still alive for some godforsaken reason, do this too, just in case. Guaranteed to kill. That's all, and triple drive doesn't hurt. But really, like as a Lucario stride, it's amazing, but not necessary. It's not like the deck really needed stride that bad to begin with.
Yeah.
As for Metalborgs, the rest of the police always a good clan. Hits for high numbers, really hard to guard. Most decks can't handle the push from that combined with Laurel easily. The only reason why Metalborgs isn't up here is the simple fact that these decks have rush and hand advantage all the way down the line. So either these decks are going to have giant numbers that can push for easier with less work than Metalborgs have to go through, because the only clan out of all these that would need to Legion first in order to get their stride effect off is Brawlers. And they can easily push the whole field that turn once they Legion. So they're not losing anything. Compared to the other clans, they don't. All the other units that I mentioned before don't need any help. They either benefit from the stride entirely, or they have to get an extra little push because of it. So Metalborgs, they needed that extra turn, might be the turn that fucks them over. Not saying that it will, because Metalborgs is still an amazing deck, but that one turn puts them one turn behind on paper. Sicilian Stride sucks. Next,
Leopold.
God, that's not a stride.
Yes, he is. He's actually pretty useful. The things you can do about him.
I mean,
guy works in Genesis with
He has combo support, I get that.
Yeah.
But the issue is, what makes Great Nature devastating is the fact that they draw so many cards off their regular units. So there's no reason to pick him over picking
Big Belly and the other Legion.
over well, not so much Big Belly, but
Well-
specifically like stride wise, we're just picking him over the chicken that gets 2 units.
Chicken is not good because this guy gives you a draw fodder and a flip fodder. So remember, he picks one, gets a 4K. When it dies, you draw a card, or flip a card, and put it up the field. So you plus, you don't minus. Chicken kills 2 off for plus.
But then the problem is you have to run Leopold. So then the turn like
Leopold reward.
it will be the same issue as the Lucario stride.
Yeah.
It's good, but did you really need
It's
it?
more of a gimmick themed deck, but it's actually a lot better than chicken.
Okay, I can see that, but I
Chicken's a hard next 0.
Cicadas.
You don't plus a
Okay,
chicken.
don't even.
Thank you.
That's the best grab
one
stride.
I should find interesting.
The Mega Colony, the
Machining
machining,
one?
the
The
machining stride.
machining one is really
So
good.
good.
It
That
helps.
will-
It helps the deck a lot.
That
Yes.
will actually be an anti-meta deck if I've ever seen one for the stride format.
Am I missing? Am I missing any other
The
clan?
Moontown one, I think, is awesome.
The Moontown one, yes.
Because the break ride, it's actually works the break ride.
Yeah.
So good.
Break ride, you
Finally,
make it bitch
I
cards.
can sit on the break ride and do shit.
What about the Spike Brother one?
Back for the one, I'm still debating about it.
It's decent. It's just not
The
amazing.
generic
just-
one's the best one. The dirty one sucks. The flash fucker is amazing. Because if he hits, you pick a unit, bump with your hand, and call him ready for the field.
I just find it really weird that the Dudley one's like, because the best version of the deck right now is the Break Right Legion.
Exactly. So the way I made it work is after you break ride, you ride a Dudley, then you use the abilities and whatnot.
Am I missing any? I'm missing
The Vito one.
the Bermuda one.
was
Yes.
good. The Reno was good, but there's no reason since we already know the fact that the Academy of Divas is coming out. There's no point.
But for the time being,
For the time for post Fighters Collection, it will be played, but it won't be played as much as the rest of these clans.
And actually, that card actually revived Prisms. That card, it sucks.
Yeah, it made Labrador playable.
It made a deck.
Again.
Like, oh look, we can play Prisms now, which is an amazing thing.
But
The Tachikaze one?
Tachikaze one is very good. The
Yeah.
issue just being the fact that Tachikazes have a lack of support outside of ancient
I think
dragons.
the triple one is kind of wonk.
The one that gets the crit, right?
The
Yeah.
the one
No,
that
he's
what
the
about
best one.
Murakumo? I think the one that can attack back row is gonna be a lot better.
He
Once post G3
is
comes out. When post G3 comes out.
amazing.
When post
He's a-
G3.
Him and Shiryuki are both really good. The Shiryuki one's good just because it's stride format. The stride format makes Shiryuki really good because now if someone's going like I'm 32 with crit, you just pitch a Shiryuki and they're 22 with crit.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I think
they're
it's all-
12 with crit.
What about Gear Chronicle?
Upheaval Pegasus is the shit. If I make it good, Upheaval Pegasus is the shit.
Yep.
That is a single unit just goes, get rid of your. It's almost like having a Kagura unit that says if I retire, like you know the great one in Kagura and Gear Chronicle, they'll say if you do the like retire or spin respectively.
Yeah.
Gain 5k power. Those two units instantly become amazing simply because of the fact that now if you Upheaval Pegasus
Getting a
for
clone.
no counterblast, you put 5 units, possibly 5 units back. Either get it back. You just gain 15k power to your rear guards.
The Amon Stride's really good. It makes your rear guards bigger.
That is the reason why I put. That's the reason why he's up here.
I know we're forgetting one more. It's in the tip of my tongue.
Let's name them off. Shadow Paladins.
Go-
Ephesian is very good. Ephesian is good, but he's not.
Oh, the
more than
Genesis
one.
one. The Genesis one.
The Genesis ones are amazing. The only issue being that the Genesis does not have support outside of Regalia that's worth playing. The only one you really want to focus on is Doombrace. Because Doombrace is a simple unit that on his own just says, I one combo well with your rear guards, and I power up all your rear guards. So you can rush while on the break right now.
What Angel
which is the
Feathers?
issue.
Want to be played or at all?
Angel Feathers will not be played until G4. 100%. Because no matter how good the Celestial one is, there's no reason to play that over the other 1,000 decks in the game.
That's true.
It's still a good clan, but they just don't function well as of yet without the rest of their support. They're lacking support necessary to become the clan that people want them to be. So G4 will be when Angel Feathers become. I can easily say, as of right now, G4 Angel Feathers will be at least in the top 3 clans in the set.
Oh,
I can say
Ashura
it's smart.
Kaiser. That's the one I was forgetting.
Yes.
He's gonna be really good, and just in
Kaiser
case you don't have the
and
limit break
Another
enabler.
But he'll be a rogue deck 100%.
Yes, it will.
That'll
Name
be
another one.
That'll be a deck that you see.
Oh, the battle, the
me
bees,
and-
oh, you mean, the one that when you reset a unit, Cannibalized one retire unit.
Retire
You know,
unit.
I like him just because it helps for like certain matchups. Like it
I
helps
want
against,
Counterblast 2 to retire something.
It helps against the
it helps against Dimensional Police and against Cat Butler. If you're fighting against Cat Butler, you want to retire the
I
Cat
don't want
Butler.
Counterblast 2 to retire something. I just want that.
But against Cat Butler and Laurel, you kind of want to retire it.
Yeah, you want to be able to kill easily. It's like a 2-up. I would play more than 2, maximum 1 or 2. No
Yeah,
more than
1
that.
or 2.
It's just there for your bad matchup because like
He's the same thing as Ephesian. The Dark Knight Ephesian for Shadows. Ephesian is decent, but I would never play more than 1 because you have Diablo, soon to be Aura Geyser, Grim Recruiter. There's no reason he's got more than 1. But as a 1, he's pretty decent because the one thing Shadows have an issue with sometimes when there's a player that has a unit that needs to be retired and I can't retire it. Ephesian is a unit that says if you don't guard me, I'm killing it. So you either have to guard me or I get to kill it.
what about the dragon for OTT?
Nimbus, 9-headed Nimbus Cloud Dragon, fucking complicated ass name. He will be good, but you won't see him in most main OTT builds unless they intend to fake Legion, quote unquote.
The new Kagura one's not bad. He just works best in only one deck.
Yes.
Mostly works better in Perdition just because
You can counterblast one and constant retire without much work.
Yes, and you have better unflippers out of like in
And
most deck.
That'd be a Lord Seal Dragon.
He will be a 2-of for Messiahs.
Yes, until the new card. Until the new card.
stuff comes out. When new stuff comes out, no reason to play him. But until then, 2-of. No more than that.
Vitamin Dragon will be like a 1-of.
A 1-of and
At the most.
most of the strides in Fighters Collection, outside of these and a few other ones, a few other honorable mentions, would not be seen as frequently.
Yeah, because the ace in most decks you'll see him as a 2-of. Very few decks will have it as a 4-of just because of the Counterblast 2 and the
Yeah, the
it's a
pitching
finisher.
overlord.
The Soul Saber will be a 4-of. That's a
That'll be a 4-of.
that'll be a
So
4-of.
Gilbert Stride is a 2 to 4-of depending on what your build is.
The Ezra will
Diablo's
be-
a 4.
yes.
Ezra's a 4. Grandia Omega Loop will be a 2 to 4-of because they don't really. He's just there to do it the one time anyway.
The Brawler is actually it can
That's a
actually be
4-of.
it's a 4-of.
That's a 4. It's the only stride worth playing, so you have to play him at 4. And then as for the Amon one is a 4-of as of that moment because they don't have any other support.
Yeah, because once they get the new strides, it'll be like a 2-of.
Yeah, it'll be a finisher, nothing more. So you're ready for finals
I was so
collection.
invested in it too. I'm like, oh, you shit.
All right, guys, that's gonna be team movements. That's gonna be our meta analysis for
Monkeys.
post fighters collection and a little bit of G3. So we'll keep you guys up once we have something for G3. So team movements sign off.
Fuck Taco.